What's up, everybody? This is Teddy Does It. So I am starting a new YouTube channel, and I'm just go with the flow on this one. So, but one of the things I wanted to talk about, just because I was a fan of it back in the day, was the relaunch of MoviePass. So MoviePass. Let's see. So MoviePass was a company where if you had the little card, you could swipe it and see as many movies as you want to see per month. It started off as probably like a $40 to $50 plan. Eventually, the company was sold to, I forget the name of the studio, like Helios something. It's like the parent company of it. But either way, they sold it, and from what I've understood, the original founder, Stacey Spikes, he went along with the selling of that company, and then all of a sudden there was a disagreement about how the structure of MoviePass should work. So I'll bring it up in a moment. But essentially, because of the restructuring, because of disagreement, Stacey was let go. The new CEOs of MoviePass, they decided to take that price point from the $50, $40 price point, whatever it was, down to $10. And in turn, MoviePass got a lot of people interested in MoviePass. So they went from a couple 100,000 to over close to 3 million followers. So now, think about having a plan for just $10 a month, but a person being able to see as many movies as they want, is that they can see as many movies as they want for $10. Isn't great for the customer, but bad for business. So back to why Stacey Spikes originally got let go, is because he did not want to go along with that at all. He completely disagreed with that and did not think in the long term that was going to be a viable business model for MoviePass. And sure enough, MoviePass closed it closed in 2019 because of that. I remember when me and my friends were trying to watch movies on MoviePass, things just changed. It went from we've been able to see unlimited movies to now we can only see up to 3 movies a week. And then we couldn't even see the movies we wanted to. We had to see whatever movies they had on the app that they can afford to let us see. Because the problem with MoviePass is that it's constant money going in, and at the same time they weren't breaking even on the amount of money they were bringing in. They needed to get to probably up to 6 million followers just to break even. And so maybe not 6 million, but a couple more million than what they had. They were at about 3 million or at 3 million. They needed a couple more million for them to break even as far as pricing. So, the original plan with what Spikes was saying before didn't work, and MoviePass ended up shutting down. So, I want to say the parent company Helios, they might still be in business, they might not. I'll have to look up the information and see. What I do know is that Stacey Spikes is back owning the company, because whatever happened with Helios, they had to sell MoviePass, and Stacey Spikes bought MoviePass back from whoever owned MoviePass after Helios did. So now he's back. He has a new plan and new vision for MoviePass, and he's bringing MoviePass back. So it should be back this year, 2022, definitely. But with that being said, let's talk about it. So one of the things you kind of see if you look at MoviePass, one of the articles that comes up is MoviePass relaunching with ad service that track your eyeballs. One of the articles I read on what Stacey was trying to do, he was trying to come up with he owns another company that lets you use ad credits to get free stuff. Again, I'll have to look at what this other company is. But he's trying to bring that same idea with MoviePass. So you're still going to be paying for a membership with MoviePass. And there's even a tier paid plan that if you, I think, probably play the highest, you'll actually be able to buy stock in MoviePass. Or maybe you'll be giving stock in MoviePass, which for the customer is great. Because as MoviePass makes money, you get to make money. So, but this idea of watching ads, and, of course, don't really know how exactly this is going to work. But, how many ads you have to work in the sense of how many ads you have to watch in order to get free credits for the movie. But essentially that's going to be part of what he wants to do. And he's going as specific as you can see from the title here. MoviePass relaunching with ad service that tracks your eyeballs. So let's see. So right here, it says another twist when the service relaunches this summer. Subscribers will be able to earn credits by watching ads on their phones, provided they allow the software to track their eye movements to ensure they're actually watching the ads. So essentially, you won't be able to just have the app play or have the ad play in the background. You actually have to be watching the ad to get the credits. So luckily, most ads don't last more than 60 seconds. I don't know if he has a plan to play 5-minute ads, and you get more money for the longer ads you watch, or more credits, I should say, for the longer ads you watch. I have no idea. So we will see this coming summer. But let's see what else. What else we got here? So again, Stacey Spikes is trying to not only bring MoviePass back, but redefine the brand. Like right here, it says basically creates a transaction between you and the brand. What's cool about this is your phone, your device uses your own facial detection. So Spikes demonstrated the software by watching an ad for a taxi service that detected when he turned away and paused until the ad returned. So if you look away, the ad's going to pause until you turn back to it. So that approach prevents moviegoers from cheating the system. So again, he's trying to change MoviePass up from what it was before. He's actually, if you go to the website, which will be right here. Today. There it is. See? He's renaming it as MoviePass 2.0. So, and as you can see, the website is different. The original website had a lot more red in it because the card itself used to be red, but it has black and white to it. He has view investment opportunities here. So let's see what we have here. End-to-end technology. MoviePass benefits customers, theaters, and studios by encouraging higher movie attendance. Our digital subscriber-based ticketing platform allows users to attend movies at any location, drive revenue theaters. I mean, that's what I liked about MoviePass when I initially heard about it. I mean, again, when I first heard about it, $10 was a steal. $10 was a steal to be able to go to a movie and see whatever movie you wanted to at any point. And it's okay. If you don't have a lot of money, that's great because you get to get outside the house. So now, of course, all this is pre-COVID. So let's see what else. Subscription model. More and more businesses are adopting the subscription model to facilitate recurring revenue, but the cinema industry is slow to catch on. MoviePass merges a digital subscription model with the ability to attend theaters and set up a new market standard. So a lot of people, when MoviePass was still around before Stacey Spikes brought it back, we're kind of complaining, and a lot of people, and what I mean by a lot of people, a lot of different movie theaters and even some movie studios are kind of complaining about having a subscription model like this, because after doing more research, I found out that most movie theaters actually make their money from the concession stands. So when they have these big movies that come out, like Avengers Endgame, stuff like that, the movie theater itself makes a lot of money, but the majority of that money goes back to the studios. 70% goes back to the studios. So that means movie theaters only get about 30% for hosted movie theaters. So they're really counting on people to be there and buy food from concession stands, and that explains why the prices for concession stand food is so high. And he's trying to have a selling point here of why the subscription model will be good. Because if people don't have to pay an arm and a leg to go to a movie theater, when they go there, they'll be more eager, more willing to buy concession stand food. Because it's okay, well, I've only paid, I paid this one price for the month to be able to watch this movie. I don't have to worry about paying $13 for a ticket, depending on where you are. So that extra money, hey, yes, why not buy a $10, small pizza with pop and maybe, some candy, So, let's see, an eager audience. After life returns to normal, the $12 billion U.S. cinema industry is making a comeback. Movie connoisseurs are more excited than ever to get back into the theater and experience film the way directors intended. Yeah, I guess the one thing with COVID is that, or one of the things with COVID is that since people are going to be home, a lot more people are probably focusing on having their own home theater, buying Bluetooth speakers and stuff, and big screen TVs to accommodate for that theater experience and picking up on other subscription models. So, I mean, I think initially before MoviePass shut down, I thought MoviePass was a good idea, but I didn't think it was sustainable at $10. And then, of course, MoviePass tried to raise the prices. Initially, people weren't going for it because, again, you brought it down to this $10 price point. I've been paying $10 for months now to see up to 30 movies or whatever I can a month. And now you're going to tell me, oh, you want to raise it to $20? It's like, no, people aren't going to do it for that. It's easier to have a high price and lower it, or have a high price, or not a high price, a value-based price, and raise it little by little, than it is for you to have a set price, drop it really low, and then try to raise it smaller. It's like a lot of people aren't going to go for that because they've gotten so used to that smaller price. So that, as a business, that's where MoviePass messed up. But again, Stacey Spikes was not a part of that. Right? As soon as he said he disagreed with the idea and the direction MoviePass was going, and it wouldn't be sustainable, they cut him loose. He was no longer working with them. So, and sure enough, what he predicted came to pass. That the price was too low, you're not going to make enough money, or that not enough people would buy into it for you to break even like you needed to. I mean, at the $10 price point, it seemed like, okay, it's almost like any other subscription, like Disney Plus or Netflix back in the day, where it's like, okay, the price is so low, why wouldn't people jump on this? But then again, it's like not everybody is a movie theater goer. Like, at the time, MoviePass was arguing that only a select few amount of people were actually going to see more than 2 movies a month. Which is like, if that's true, then they shouldn't have had to shut down. But they ran into issues again when it came to bigger movies. Because if a person's going to the movie theater maybe once a month, but everybody wants to go see Avengers Endgame when it's out, now we have a problem with that. Because all these people have paid $10 a month to see this movie, but you don't have enough money to buy the tickets for those people who have paid this money for the subscription. So you have to black out the movie days so people can't see Avengers Endgame when they want to. And that was one of the many problems with MoviePass at the time. But I'll end this by saying I'm glad MoviePass is coming back. I'm looking forward to see what they have in store. I did like the idea of watching ads to earn movie ticket credits. I also like the idea of giving the customer a way to join in the business and make some money by becoming an investor. I'm excited to see what happens next and to hear more information about the shares and stuff. But yeah, no, MoviePass is rebranding. The original founder is there. It's hard as a company to move forward without the original founder there. Like, Apple let go of Steve Jobs at one point, and Apple wasn't the same, and they actually hired him back, and then he changed up everything back to the vision he had before, and that's when Apple took off. And because he, as an original founder, with his vision, was there, is why Tim Cook's now can say he's CEO of a $2 trillion company, the first $1 trillion company in the world. So having that original founder, or having somebody, let me finish that thought. Having an original founder with the right vision, or having somebody who pushes the original founder's visions further, is important for a company. So that's one of the reasons I'm happy Stacey Spikes is back. So, but I'll go ahead and end this video. As of now, I don't have a name for this channel, but when I come up with one, I will let you know. But until then, this is Teddy Does It, signing off. Peace out.